Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Split Decisions Racing Short Track Series. We've got just 2 races left in the season, and tonight is Richmond. The guys are out qualifying. We've got just a few minutes left before we get kicked off. Just want to say a quick hello from everybody at the team and be back with you in just a moment. Alrighty. We are live at Richmond International Raceway. Tonight is the second to last race in the series for the short track series, or for the short track division. Of course, we have the big division on Friday nights, and coming next season, we will have a super speedway series, which is just going to be the big tracks. Hopefully, be Daytona, Talladega, and hopefully Coca-Cola Motor Speedway. We have our big series, which is the standard NASCAR tracks, but with 3 different cars on track at the same time. It's trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. That's always exciting. And of course, tonight we have the short track series. 100 laps at Richmond, and the point series is about to close up tonight for the SK mods, but the super late models, there's still a battle going on. The SK mods, if Lucas Gortman finishes 3rd or better, it does not matter where Andy Turner finishes. Lucas Gortman can lock up the championship tonight. However, in the super late models, Kevin Bernheimer is leading Tyler the Turtle Rush by just 5 points, but the 3rd place person, and quite a ways back, but still within reach, just barely, is Dave Gilbert, and he has been the fastest super late model so far tonight. Now, here's an interesting side note. The super late models will start out a bit faster, but only a bit. They were running about 1/4 of a second faster. However, based on the qualifying lap times, that 1/4 of a second just disappeared. We have Chris Wheeler qualified on the pole in a super late model at 21.96. Lucas Gortman got the pole for the SKs at 22.064. So tonight will be a lot of side-by-side racing. And of course, welcome Matthew Boone to the chat as usual. Thank you for being here again, sir. So Kevin, depending on how Tyler finishes tonight and Kevin finishes tonight, they could widen that gap, or it could come down to the last race, but we know that the SK mods will likely be finished up tonight. We've got just 7 SK mods out there tonight, so all Tyler has to beat is about 4 of them, and he's guaranteed a win. Whereas there's 7 super late models on track tonight. It does make it a little harder for Kevin Bernheimer to open up a little bit of a gap on him, but we will see on Tyler Rush, but we will see what happens. As I said, the fastest laps in practice were by Dave Gilbert, but he did not qualify on the pole. And just looking to see, it does not look like Tyler has qualified quite yet, so we'll see where he ends up. But tonight is going to be something a bit different. As I said, the super late models will be faster on the start. They've got the power, and this 3/4 mile track has some longer straightaways. However, these corners are so long and they're so peculiar that I think what we'll end up seeing tonight is a lot of side-by-side actions between the different car types. And good evening to Pat Hall as well. So as we've got just 3 minutes left to go, we'll go over it. 100 laps, as I mentioned, unlimited tires and fuel, but only 1 fast repair. The tires will be an issue for the super late models, and I do believe they're going to be an issue for the SK mods tonight. That's going to kind of be a first. We've seen SK mods that go the full distance in just about every race. We've not seen a situation where they have to get the tires changed, and there's a reason for that. When you come out of turn, when you're coming down the front stretch towards turn 1, you are actually going downhill from turn 1 into turn 2. The back straightaway is lower than the front straightaway. And the reverse is true going into turn 3. You start going back uphill into 3 and out of 4. And at the start-finish line, you're up by the wall. You're actually at the highest point on the track. But the elevation is different for the front stretch to the back stretch, so that does play into their cornering. The corners are just 14 degrees, so a fairly flat track for being a short track. 8-degree front straightaway and just 2 degrees on the back straightaway, so everywhere you go on the track is a bit different. That will make for some exciting side-by-side racing, especially once we start seeing these SK mods get in there with those super late models. As those super late models, their tires wear very quickly, and we're going to see the SK mods mixed up in with them as well tonight. So it's going to get a bit interesting. We might see a few more cautions than we normally do. Hopefully not. Hopefully these guys can keep it clean. I know we've got just one fast repair tonight, so let's hope for the best here. Some of the big stories tonight: Dave Gilbert was fastest in practice by quite a bit. Chris Wheeler did qualify on the pole. Do believe that's his first pole of the season. Lucas Gortman, the points leader for the SK mods, is up front. Thomas Myers is right behind him and it's the second place in the SK mods, with Nate Johnson in third. Andy Turner is starting fourth for the SK mods, but he's starting way back in the 8th position on the track. That puts him way behind Lucas. That puts him 5 spots back. It's going to be hard for him to navigate through that traffic. He's going to have to hope Lucas falls back to him and that Thomas and Nate don't make it too hard so he can get up there. And back in the 7th place in the SK mods, we've seen Vincent Tabe did last week break his streak of bad luck. He had a 4th place finish last week despite some trouble. Maybe tonight's the night he overcomes the jinx and he can actually get up there and win the race. He's had some strong races and just got caught in bad luck. So looking to see, and he's sitting 5th in points, still within reach of Brendan Whitford and possibly within reach of Nate Johnson. Does not look like Brendan Whitford is here tonight, so Vincent, with a good finish, could take the 4th position tonight in the points standings. Just a quick rundown of the qualifying positions. Front row is going to be Chris Wheeler and Richard Remuller in the Super Late models. The second row is going to be Lucas Gortman in an SK, Dave Gilbert in a Super Late model. Third row is going to be Thomas Meyer and Nate Johnson, both in SKs. And looks like they are starting to line up on the grid, so we will go through. Looks like Kevin Bernheimer, Super Late model, Andy Turner, SK mod, are the 4th row. Jacob Hirsch and Jacob Bowen are the 5th row. Jacob Hirsch is in a SK mod, and Jacob Bowen's in a Super Late model. The 6th row is Tyler Ziegler and Vincent Tabe, both in the SK mods. And then you've got Austin Householder, Stephen Fish. Looks like Brandon Shirley made it in. Tyler Rush is way back there, and Chase Berry in their Super Late models. And at the back, we've got Bill Bussey Jr. in his SK mod. Don't expect Bill to be back there for long. I expect to see him moving towards the front. He had a good run here Friday night. He's had some success here lately, and I expect to see him moving towards the front very quickly. As we watch Chris Wheeler and Richard Remuller pacing the field. And we'll go back and keep an eye on that number 17, Lucas Gortman. As I said, all he has to do is finish 3rd or better regardless of what Andy Turner does tonight, and he will clinch the championship tonight with one race to go. So we will see if Lucas Gortman can finish it up tonight, or will it go into next week? He needs a little bit of good luck and a good run, and this will be an interesting restart. They are geared, an interesting start. They are geared differently, and we do have their chat available tonight as well. So we will be talking to the drivers under caution. Hopefully, we don't see too many cautions. I'd like to see some green flag runs tonight. We'll also take some rides in some of these cars and get couple of laps of the track in, one from the SK mods, which will be running more than likely a very low line, and the super late models are going to be using every bit of the track they can and probably trying to get some more. And lest we forget, Dave Gilbert thought he was a ghost in practice and could drive through everybody and through the walls. I almost forgot to mention that, so we'll see if Dave Gilbert can drive through anything. As they come down, they will take the green flag. Chris Wheeler will lead them down. There's the green flag. Chris Wheeler gets a jump on the restarts. Whoever's up front will control the restarts, but to start the race on the green flag, and we see those super late models breaking away quickly as the 22's trying to get clear. He's got a little room there over the 92. Looks like he'll be able to move up coming through 3 and 4. No, the 92 is still fighting back on the outside. He's holding the 22 down pretty hard. Don't burn your tires up this early, guys. And they get away, but they're going to start slicing and dicing already. Looks like that 92 carries a lot of momentum on the outside. Ducks down in there. He's going to play it easy. Looked like he was looking to the inside the last lap. Oh, they're getting awfully close. That 92 is looking underneath Chris Wheeler. That's Richard Remuller in the 92 looking under the 22 of Chris Wheeler. 3 laps down, we got the start off clean. Let's drop back and take a look. There is Lucas Gortman in the 17 Taco Lover SK Mod, followed right behind by Nate Johnson and Thomas Myers. We are under caution for the first time. Let's hop over here to the replay and see if we can looks like they were coming out of turn 2. All happened right behind Turtle. Looks like Stephen Fish just ran out of track, got into the 3, got into the wall. And that brought us up under caution. Looks like Stephen Fish does have a bit of damage. Let's go take a quick look at the 3. And looks like the 3 car's got a bit of damage as well. That's Jacob Bowen, new driver this week. And while we're mentioning the new driver of Jacob Bowen, let's make sure we mention that Split Decisions, we are finishing up this season next week. We are not stopping. We will have some fun races, some recruitment races in the coming weeks. And we will be looking to add to our fields. Next season we'll have the short track series, we'll have the road series, we'll have the super speedway series. I'm really looking forward to that, at least to run Coca-Cola. And the Friday night, the big division with the Cup, Xfinity, and Truck on track together, with some new surprises in the rule changes, as a matter of fact. So those races will look a lot different, but a lot more exciting next season. So definitely, if you're interested, go check out Split Decisions Racing League on Facebook. And of course, if you're in iRacing, definitely go check us out. Join the league. Come have some fun with us. We are also, Friday nights are broadcast on PTM Racing TV here on Facebook. And this coming Saturday night, our family series will finish up at Homestead Miami Speedway. The top 3 are just within like 3 points of each other. And I do believe that the 3rd place car, the number 24, Hayden DeSquish Burns, I do believe she's going to pull it out from 3rd place, win herself another race, and pull off the championship. Just a sneaking suspicion. She has a really great crew chief too, I might add. There is the 22. The current points leader in the super late models is Kevin Bernheimer. He is currently in 4th overall. I'm sorry, he is currently running 4th in the super late models. So we'll want to keep an eye on him tonight. And he is being followed by Tyler the Turtle Rush. Tyler got really lucky. That caution happened just right behind him. As we come to 1 lap to green, didn't want to get in these guys here too early in the race, but the next caution we might try and talk to one of these fellers. As they come through 3 and 4, as soon as the pace car is off, Chris Wheeler will control the restart. He can go whenever he's ready, and he's gone. He got a good jump on the 92 this time. It looks like Dave Gilbert's got a good jump to the, he's going to look to the inside of the number 92. Nope, does not get there quite yet, but he is challenging him. And we drop back and see the Taco Lover 17 of Lucas Gortman, the points leader in the SK Mods. They are slicing and dicing, and here comes Tyler the Turtle Rush sitting second place, and he is, those SK Mods just monster him in the corners, become those straightaways. And I will tell you, these SKs have gotten really good at when they need to. They will hop up, if there's enough draft, they'll hop up in the draft through the corners as we see a battle of the SK Mods. The 64 is, Thomas Myers is already starting to look around, try and get around that 17 of Lucas Gortman. As they come out down to the front straightaway, 10 laps completed. And we see these super late models starting to get past some of these SK Mods on these straightaways. This will not last long. Did not see a lot of these super late models pitting for tires. Looks like the only ones that did were Stephen Fish and Austin Householder. And it looks like Jacob Bowen did as well. So those are the only guys on fresh tires. Now granted, that's not a big deal at 10 laps, but 10 laps from now, as we found out Friday night, some of these guys are going to be wishing they had stopped and got those tires, because they wear quickly and they will start slowing down. We will start seeing on long runs SK Mods making the moves on the super late models. That'll be something we have not seen just yet. Whoa! 3 car just barely gets out of the way as the leaders come by. And while we're watching these guys, we'll give a shout out to our fearless leader, Dave Gilbert, as caution is out again. Let's try and hop over to the replay and see if we can find out what happened. And looks like we are following the 127 of Vincent Tebe. Looks like he got loose off of turn 2, managed to hold it. Oh, gets into the wall. Looks like the 75 just barely gets around him. He gets it squared away, back on, going the right way. And it looks like we're going to see, are we going to see some super late models hop down there? Looks like the 29 is on pit road. Looks like Kevin Bernheimer. It looks like most of the front cars stayed out. You got the 7 of Dave Gilbert, the 28 of Kevin Bernheimer, the 27 of Tyler Rush, and the 22 and the 92. So it's just a couple of those super late models at the back. And this will be, now that they'll restart here in a few laps. Let's go talk to Dave Gilbert. Actually, let's pull in Thomas Myers right quick. Hey Thomas, this is Doug in the booth. How you doing?
Doing good, sir.
So you guys are staying out on those tires. You worried about the SK Mods coming back around? I mean the super late models having to fight through them again?
They're doing a pretty good job staying out of the way. Plus, I've learned some tricks there Friday night about allowing faster cars by to make up ground on other people.
That might be the move that gets you back up towards the front tonight. You think you got anything for Lucas?
Oh, I've got plenty for him. I've noticed something. I don't know if it was visible yet on the stream, but just all I'm going to say is watch the middle of the turns.
I noticed what you were talking about too, and I did not want to say anything in case he was listening. All right, man. I will put you back in the group chat. Good luck with Lucas tonight, and hope you see it in Victory Circle, sir.
Yeah, I'd love to get back there. I'm going to go munch on this taco.
All right, you enjoy that. All right, as we know, Lucas Gortman runs that Taco Lovers SK mod, so that was quite a comical comment. And Dave Gilbert will be available to talk to. Did not want to bug him just yet. I know he and Thomas, they are both admins. We definitely want to talk to both of them tonight. But early in the race, don't want to bug them too much as they're trying to square things out. should be coming to 1 to go. And again, Chris Wheeler will control the restart. He can go as soon as the pace car is off. In split decisions, you have to start the race on the green flag, but after that, the leader controls it. Once the pace car is off, it's on him. And I do believe the first race at Bristol this season, Chris Wheeler led quite a bit. And he had some interesting strategy. He changed up his restart every time. He'd start early once, late another time. So we'll see if he plays with some of that strategy this time. It definitely throws the other drivers off and gives the leader a big advantage. As we see, the front 5 are the super late models. But the SK mods are right there, and those super late models, their tires wear a lot faster than the SK mods. Pace car is off, and Chris did hold back this time, and then still gets a jump. Looks like the 92 had a problem on the restart. He falls way back. Looks like the 92 has recovered from that restart. Looked like he just missed a gear or got the timing wrong, and Tyler the Turtle Rush already on the move. Excuse me, Tyler up to 4th, just past Kevin Bernheimer. Kevin's not having none of that. He is coming to the outside. He is going to come back, try and get back around Tyler. He wants that win. And he definitely wants to stay close to Tyler and not lose any points to him this race. He wants to try and lock this up tonight, if at all possible. He gets a good run coming out of turn 4. Looks like he's took the position back from Tyler. Dives it off into turn 1. Let's see if Tyler learned anything from that. And we're starting to see, look at there, the SK mods are starting to make the moves on the super late models. We see them making the moves easily in the corners, but they'll start making up ground on the straightaways any moment now. As you see the 17, Lucas Gorman, and there's the 64, Thomas Myers, already going for it. And the 64, Thomas Myers, takes the lead in the SKs, and looks like he takes Nate Johnson with him. Lucas Gorman gets stuck up there, backs out of a 3-wide situation, and now he's going to drive into a 3-wide situation. Drives right through it. You see Tyler the Turtle Rush powering back by the SK, but he cannot hold it. And now we are starting to see the super late models tires falling off, and the SK mods just don't. It's about to get dicey, folks, as the SK mods start working past, and Nate Johnson's making a move already on Thomas Myers. Thomas holds him off through turns 1 and 2. Can he keep him behind him as Lucas Gorman is now falling back to 4th? But all Lucas has to do is finish 3rd or better to seal the championship tonight, and that's only if Andy Turner wins. Andy Turner currently sitting in 3rd position. We'll see Andy Turner as he comes by here. There's Andy in the number 35, and he is getting past Lucas Gorman. He wants to keep this battle going into next week. He definitely wants to see this go to the final race and maybe get some points advantage tonight. As we jump back to the front, it looks like the 92 of Richard Remuller jumps to the lead. He has taken the overall lead in the super late models, but while we are watching him take his laps, his last lap was a 22.2. The Thomas Myers last lap was a 22.2. He beat him by 2 1/1000ths of a second. Thomas did on that last lap, and Nate Johnson's right there as well. We are seeing lap times falling off, the tire wear playing into those super late models, and now the SK mods are starting to come back. This might be the most exciting race we've seen this season. And look what we have here. There's Thomas Myers. He's starting to make a breakaway from Nate Johnson, but they have passed the super late models of Dave Gilbert and Kevin Bernheimer in 3rd and in 4th. As they come down the front straightaway, Thomas Myers leading those SK mods. He said he had found something watching those early laps, and it looks like he's put it into play as he closes down on the 22 of Chris Wheeler. Now, we've seen some of these tracks where the SK mods were faster, and we've seen some where the super late mod were under caution. Let's go to the replay and see if we can find that caution. Alrighty, we're hopping back. It looks like Kevin Bernheimer is making the pass and gets into the number 55. That looks like that was, or 53, I'm sorry, that's Tyler Ziegler in the 53. They just got together, ran out of track. And that brings us under caution. And while we're under caution, let's go take a look at Mr. Dave Gilbert, and when we can catch him at a good time, we will go and talk to him. Let's make sure he doesn't try and dive into... Is he going to dive onto pit road? I bet he is. Let's let him get to his pit box, and we'll pull him in and talk to him. As we see, looks like most of the super late models are now on pit road. The SK mods, however, are not. Hey Dave, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Doug. How's it going?
Hey, good. Looked like there you got up to third, and then you had a mess of SKs as your tires wore just came flying back by you. How was that? A little bit tense?
It was a little bit tense, not knowing where they're at on the outside all the time. It's kind of scary. You don't want to wreck anybody, especially anybody that's in the playoffs right now.
That is true. We are seeing some great racing, pretty much what Split Decisions was designed for tonight. It looks like your brainchild is really paying off tonight.
Yeah, well, it's really the drivers, you know. Nothing happens without great drivers, and our league's got a bunch of great drivers, and I'm really proud to be racing with these guys.
Well, you're doing a great job. Hopefully you'll get a win tonight, and I know you can win at North Wilkesboro to next week. So you still got a chance in the points if I've done my math correctly.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, I'm having fun with it, so it makes me a champion in anybody's book.
All right, I will put you back with the rest of the guys. Good luck to you. Maybe we'll talk to you in Victory Circle.
Sure.
All right, that was Dave Gilbert. He is, of course, our fearless leader at Split Decisions Racing. He's in that number 7 super late model. That is the Split Decisions paint scheme he's running, and right behind him is that 28 of Kevin Bernheimer. And here's where it's going to get interesting yet again. Stephen Fish did not pit. That is very interesting. Stephen Fish is the only super late models, we get the 1 to green, that did not pit. He is outside the 113, looks like on about the 3rd row. So it's going to get really dicey, as we saw kind of last week when these super late models get behind and they've got fresh tires. It gets a little bit exciting up front as they start to make their way back by it. And another part will be, will they try and make their way back by, or will they battle back there and wait for these guys to sort this mess up front out? Pace car is off. Thomas takes the jump already, gets a good jump on Nate Johnson, and looks like Lucas Gortman is going to move up into 2nd spot going into turns 1 and 2. And coming down the backstretch, it looks like Lucas might have his hands full with those 2 cars right behind him. He's going to be battling. Thomas wants to see these guys get side by side. He wants an advantage here. He definitely wants to get out away. As we see, looks like Tyler Ziegler is rolling off pit road finally after the incident. And this is where the battle is going to be. And the question is going to be, will Chris Wheeler in that 22 be able to get up there? Looks like Chris currently is hanging back just a little bit. The super late models kind of spread out on that restart. They have to start just a little bit slower and to not run over the SKs, and it looks like that has paid off. He's not going to have to battle too much with the SKs, at least not right away. Hopefully tire wear will come into play and he won't have to battle them at all, as he's got the 75 Austin Householder closing in on him. But that's not going to last long either. Here comes the 29. Brandon Shirley starting to charge up. Brandon is just moved past the 7 of Dave Gilbert. I do believe that'll move him up into 3rd. Dave drops back to 4th, and Dave has been shown his strength has really been this series has been his ability to save the car and be there at the end. As we see a power move by Brandon Shirley going into 3 and 4, he ducks underneath Austin Householder and just monsters by him. Looked like Austin might have got a little tight going through 3 and 4, and looked like the 29 rubbed the wall just a hair, slowed him back down. Looked like he might have just got a little loose, pushing a little too hard coming off that corner, but he gets it straightened out, gets a little bit of a lead. As we see Dave, he is already making the move back up to 3rd, passing the 75 Austin Householder, and there is Tyler the Turtle Rush chasing them all down. We'll find our points leader. There's our points leader, the 28 of Kevin Bernheimer. Looked like he was going to make a move on the 75, but got a little bit caught up behind somebody. He's getting past the 75 now. He is currently shown in 7th position. Looks like he'll be 6th position in the super late models as he gets past Austin. And as we saw last week as well at Phoenix, Kevin's real good about stretching those tire wear, making the car last, hanging on to it as long as possible, and playing some strategy there at the end. I know Matthew Boone in the chat, I would be remiss if I didn't say last week he made the call with 20 laps to go. Kevin Bernheimer just started charging forward, and if it hadn't been for some ill-timed cautions, he would have been top 3 easily, might have had the win. He had the freshest tires out there. As he's starting to already look for a gap to get past the number 27 car. And that is the number 2 car in the points. Kevin Bernheimer's leading. Tyler the Turtle Rush currently in 2nd. And they run nose to tail on the track. But currently on the track, it is the 64 of Thomas Myers. He is leading the SK mods, and it looks like they're starting to build a little bit of a gap on the super late models, but he cannot build a gap on that number 17 behind him. That is Lucas Gortman. As it stands right now, with Lucas being in 2nd, Andy Turner is in 3rd. If the race ended now, Lucas would clinch the championship, but there is still 55 laps to go. At least one more tire change for those super late models, and I would not count out another caution as these cars start to get back around each other. And it looks like even though they just pitted, the super late models just pitted about 15, 16 laps ago, they are already starting to slow down, and the SK mods are still running about the same time. That last lap, Thomas Myers ran almost a 22 flat. And Chris Wheeler, leading the super late models, ran a 22.1. He was the fastest one on track last lap. So the SK mods at front 4, as we see, Andy Turner jumps up there into 2nd. And will Andy Turner be able to make a move past Thomas Myers? Remember, Thomas said he had a pretty good eye in on the 17, but he didn't know about that. He didn't say anything about Andy, so we'll see if Andy can make something happen here. As they come back around, Thomas Myers leads the pack. Chris Wheeler leads the super late models. As they come around the next lap, we will be at the halfway point. There is the super late model leader, the number 22, Brandon Shirley is right behind him. Richard Remuller is in third. Tyler the Turtle Rush is in fourth. Dave Gilbert is in fifth. Kevin Bernheimer slipped back to sixth in these super late models. And just looking at track, after that early incident, Vincent Tebe is back up into sixth place on the track. Really hoping Vincent has some good luck tonight. Maybe things will fall his way. Did have the early incident, but the SK mods can be a little dicey that first 5 or 10 laps, and then they just stick like glue. As we're seeing quite a battle here. The 22 of the 22 of Chris Wheeler, 29 of Brandon Shirley. Brandon is looking for any way past Chris right now. As their lap times are really starting to fall off as they hit the 20 lap mark on those tires. Sorry, I misread those times a couple laps ago. They are actually running, Chris Wheeler's running 22.8 and Thomas Myers in the SK is running a 22.3. So they, after just 20 laps of tire wear, those super late models have fallen off a ton. Chris Wheeler's fastest lap tonight so far has been 22.1. So you can see they've already had almost a full second of fall off as we see a pass for the lead in the super late models. Brandon Shirley jumps to the lead and looks like he is going to drive away. He had quite a move there, and he would look like he was a bit faster those last few laps. So we'll see if he can, but let's move back up to the front. Go take a look at Thomas Myers in that 64 SK mod, being followed by Andy Turner and Lucas Gortman and Nate Johnson. This is a very familiar sight. We see these four up front quite often. And I imagine right now Andy is looking in his mirror hoping to see that 17 blow an engine, blow a tire, anything that'll put him way back in the pack. Did not get a chance to talk to Andy before the race, but I know Lucas thought he was going to wrap the season up last week. Didn't manage to pull it off. Had to go off into this week. And there's Andy Turner making a pass on Thomas Myers. He's hoping to keep Lucas from locking that up tonight. However, as we said a couple of different times, all Lucas has to do is finish third, even if Andy wins. And they do have to contend now with the 3 car, Jacob Bowen, in that number 3 super late model. Oh! The 35 bumps into the 3, gets up into the wall. He falls back and loses a lot of positions. The 64 takes advantage, jumps back to the lead. Lucas Gortman, they're trying to work around the 3. 3 keeps drifting up. Looks like the 3 is checking up just a little bit extra through the corner. Going to let these SKs get by. Doesn't want to get into another one. That might be the championship for Andy Turner tonight, folks. That might have just ended his championship hopes. Hate to see that. Andy's been a great guy. New addition. He has not ran every race yet, or every race this season, and is still running second in points. That is quite impressive. He has been a great driver and a great person to have in the league. There's Andy. He has closed some of that gap back up already. Did not fall too far back. Looked like he had fell back several cars, but managed to recover some of that, and he's already charging back up, trying to get past Nate Johnson. And we'll see. Maybe he can make up some ground as we're starting to see the SK mods lapping the super late models. And I do not believe we have seen that yet this season. As we see the number 64 closing in on Austin House. Oh, they get together. Everybody manages to straighten it out and keep it going, but the 64, Thomas Myers, falls way back. And I do believe that is going to give the lead of the SKs to that man, Lucas Gortman. And it does. Andy Turner is in second. Nate Johnson now in third. Thomas Myers falls back into fourth. And let's go take a look at the number 28, Kevin Bernheimer. We just had a call on this one from Matthew Boone, yet again, saying in the chat, he's going to call it again this week. With 20 laps to go, he'll go in, get fresh tires, hold it to the bottom the rest of the race, and come charging to the front. We'll see if any of these super late models start to pit here. They've been out there for about 33 laps now on those tires. They are all they're all over a second off the pace that they had earlier. And there come the SK Mods getting past the 28 of Kevin Bernheimer. Now again, Kevin is leading the super late models. He's currently running in, he's leading in points, but he's currently running in 6th on the track. Tyler the Turtle Russius is 2nd. He is just 5 points back. He is currently running 4th on the track. So Kevin definitely wants to get some of those positions picked up. Dave Gilbert, who is 3rd in points, is currently running in 5th in division. And Stephen Fish, running 4th, is currently back, or 4th in points, currently back in running 8th in division. And Austin Householder, 5th in points, currently running 7th in the division. Stephen Fish and Dave Gilbert are within reach of each other. Those two positions can change. However, they could, depending on how this race finishes, if Kevin finishes up towards the front, if Kevin or Tyler finishes in front of Dave Gilbert, then his championship hopes are over tonight. However, if he can manage to get a few positions on him, he can keep the hope alive. Stephen Fish could still get up into 3rd, possibly 2nd. I do not think he can make it all the way to 1st. That'd be a bit of a stretch in this small of a field, but we will see what they can do. And we've got 32 laps to go. Let's see, Brandon Shirley in the 29. He is still leading the super late models currently. And leading the SK Mods is at 35 of, and we've got a battle for the lead as Lucas Gortman goes for the move, and Nate Johnson power move down under the yellow line going into turn 1 and 2. Nate is doing everything he can trying to pick up some positions there. He was driving way low coming through the front straightaway, trying to make a move. He was going 3 wide there. And it looks like Lucas Gortman is going to take the lead with just 30 laps to go. He's taking the lead in the SK Mods as we see Tyler Rush there on the outside, currently running in 4th in the super late models. And let's go check on Brandon Shirley. I would imagine Brandon's been out there for 41 laps, and let's see who. Stephen Fish has been out there for the longest on his tires, 57 laps. He did not stop under that last caution. I promise you he is hoping for a caution as long as he's not a part of it. And we have seen Stephen win this season, I do believe, at Nashville. His first race in the league. He came in, monstered it around Nashville, and got the win. That was quite an exciting race. And later in the evening, after these races are completed, you can go watch them on YouTube, so you can watch them on any device you want. They are on the How to Suck at iRacing YouTube channel as well as the Facebook. And we are not streaming to Twitch at the moment tonight. My apologies for anybody who was expecting to watch there. A little bit of technical difficulties there. We will be back next week on Twitch and as well as Facebook. We do stream everything and broadcast everything live on both Twitch and Facebook normally. And the cut down version always shows up on YouTube shortly thereafter. And caution is out. Well timed for these super late models. Hopefully none of the points leaders were involved. Let's go see if we can take a look. All right, we are watching Lucas Gortman in the 17. He's going to come around. Coming out of turn 2, it looks like the 53 got into the wall hard. Nowhere to go for Lucas Gortman. Andy Turner got through clean. It looks like the 53 might be done for tonight. We will see if he used his fast repair yet. I know that Lucas has not used his fast repair, so he'll go down. He'll get fresh tires, I would imagine. Let's take a look at his... See if we can watch his pit stop and see if he gets some fresh tires. Definitely do not want to talk to him under this caution, that is for sure. But let's see if we can find somebody to talk to. Does not look like Kevin has hopped into the chat for tonight. Let's see if we can pull Tyler in. Hey Tyler, this is Doug in the booth. You got me? Tyler, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Oh, what's going on, man? Hey, Doug, how you doing?
I'm good. I surprised you there?
You got me a little bit. We were discussing how the lucky dog works because somebody was disgruntled they weren't in the position for it.
Ah, I see. Well, you've had a pretty consistent car, not super fast, but you've been able to hold on to position. You think you got anything for those leaders tonight? Brandon Shirley's been awfully strong.
I don't think I've got anything for him, but I'm playing the long game and worried about Kevin because Kevin and I are tied pretty much at the top of the points battle by about 3 points, I think, tonight. So I need to finish at least a place ahead of him, so going into North Wilkesboro, I'll be the leader.
Yeah, it looks like prior to this race there was a 5-point gap, and you do have a lead on him by about a couple of positions. We'll see how it shakes out after these pit stops.
Exactly. I think he is trapped a lap down at this point because Dave was the car, so he'll be 1 lap down. I don't think he'll be able to advance much further. He's going to have to race with those guys unless we get another wave around session here. So I might be scot-free. I'm going to come in and get some tires, though.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. You have been out there for quite a while, 48 laps. So you go get some fresh tires and good luck, and hopefully you can close up that gap on the points tonight.
Well, I hope we can put this turtle shell in the championship podium this year. That's all we're really shooting for.
All right. We will hopefully talk to you after the race, Tyler.
All right. Take it easy, man.
That was Tyler the Turtle Rush, and we would be remiss if we did not mention that Tyler is one of the duo of Turtle Shell Designs. They obviously painted that car, the number 7 car. Trying to think of what other cars that are out here tonight that have a turtle shell paint job on them. But several of our league cars, including if you've seen if you go to YouTube, you can look at the some of the dirt oval races. The last 3, 4, 5 weeks, the dirt oval car I'm running is turtle shell design as well. It looks like Dave Gilbert is getting a lap back. We'll see how this shakes out after. It does look like Tyler is correct that Kevin Bernheimer may be trapped 1 lap down. We'll see how that shakes out as well. Let's see where Kevin is on the track. He's a little bit further back, so he won't get an automatic wave around the pace car. Oh, he is currently shown in 6th, and Tyler is currently shown in 5th. That will make for some interesting racing at the end of this thing. Currently, though, it is Nate Johnson has got up to the lead. He's got Andy Turner right behind him. The 127 out there, Vincent Tabe currently showing up in 2nd place. Hopefully his bad luck streak is ended. Hopefully this is the night we'll see him in victory circle. One to green. Nate will control the restart. As soon as that pace car dives off, Nate can go. We will have the super late models back there. They have a fresh tires. They will have the more speed on this restart, so we'll see what happens. And it looks like they waved off the green flag for 1 more lap. Should see the pace car come back out. Yep, he drove through the wall. He was trying to do what Dave was trying to do earlier, trying to drive through cars and walls and things of that nature. You know how these pace car drivers are. But Harry Hogg always tells us to hit the pace car. as we watch him come around 1 lap to green. 19 laps to go. Oh, my apologies. I was not live. There we go. Looks like we are already back under caution. Let's see if we can do this right this time. So let's see if we can find what the caution was for. Looks like we had a bunch of cars bunched up on the restart, including the 137 out there, Vincent Tebe. Nate gets a good jump. Vincent. Oh, 22, Chris Wheeler just gets into the back of Vincent Tebe and spins him. The caution comes back out. Hate to see that. Vincent was already back up into second position. However, this will play into one driver's benefit. Kevin Bernheimer was just 1 lap down. He should be the lucky dog. Let's go watch. He should get the waiver round this time. There goes Kevin to the outside. And 17 laps to go. Looks like Matthew Boone called this one right yet again. Looks like with less than 20 laps to go, he's on fresh tires and he might be charging towards the front. Will he have enough time? All he has to do is get in front of Tyler Rush, and that will definitely help the point situation. As he comes around, he is currently shown 6th in division. Tyler is 5th in division. It's just a 1 or 2 point difference, so. And there's the 127 of Vinny Tebe. At least he is able to stay on track. He stayed on the lead lap. Currently shown in 6th, and hopefully he can get up here and make a move on Lucas Gortman. Andy Turner currently running in 3rd, Lucas Gortman in 5th, so they are pretty close. Unless if Andy can pick up 1 or 2 more spots, he can keep his championship hopes alive. And up front, Richard Remuller. Double check that we're live. Richard Remuller is currently leading in the super late models, and that 29 of Brandon Shirley is right behind him. Seems like we've seen this movie before. And it looks like Nate Johnson in the 60 has had some sort of problem. He was down on the inside with a blown engine. Not sure what happened. We'll rewind the video just a little bit and see if we can determine what happened to Nate. Can't really tell. Not really sure what happened there. Looks like Nate is going to get around to pit road. Hopefully he still has his fast repair. Now we jump back up front to the 92 and the 29. And the super late models again are all at the front. They are all pretty much on the same pit cycle. Tyler pitted 1 lap later. 2 laps later than Kevin, so he's got 2 laps fresher tire. I don't think in 15 laps. See, how many laps are we going to have? About 12 laps left, actually. I don't think that's going to make a huge difference, but we will see if that 28 car can get to the front after this restart. And it will be a single file restart because they did not complete a lap on that last one. That will help. The 92 gets a heck of a jump. But the 29 manages to close that gap back up front. There's Brandon Shirley already looking to the inside. Ooh, easy. 92 tries to keep him pinched down. Doesn't matter. That 29 is just going to dive it in there. He is. Oh, but the 92, this is going to be a side-by-side battle, and Dave Gilbert's sitting back there loving this. Dave currently running in 3rd place. And there's Chris Wheeler making a move for third place. Tyler Rush back there in fourth. As they come around, looks like the 22 is going to pull it off. We'll drop back here and take a look. Looks like the 29 managed to get clear of the 92. And let's go take a look back at the SK Mods real quick as they're coming down the back straightaway. There is the 64, Thomas Myers, back in the lead. Andy Turner right behind him, and unfortunately for Andy, there is the 17, the Taco Lovers SK Mod of Lucas Gortman. And he is making a move for second. 10 laps to go. The SK Mods season might be settled here in just 9 more laps. As they get 9 laps to go, we see that is sorted out. Will the 17 have anything for the 64? As they come around, he seems to be closing that gap. Interesting, it looks like in that last caution they got those front 3 SKs got fresh tires, as did Jacob Hirsch. Bill Bussey Jr. still back there on his original set. He is currently running 5th. And he's got Vinny Tebe right behind him. And Andy Turner makes a move and gets back to second in the SKs, and now the SKs are starting to come around the super late models. Dave Gilbert's number 7 is going to come into play with those guys. As we see the 64 get past Dave, and Dave has the power down the straightaway, so the leaders in the SK Mods are now starting to have to battle some of these front super late models. As you heard Dave mention, it's a little bit tricky to be driving next to him on this particular track. They're very hard to see. They are the SK Mods are a little bit shorter. Hop back quickly and take a look at our points leader. He is up to 6th place. Kevin Bernheimer is currently running in 6th place on the track. He is trying to close down on Dave Gilbert. And he is closing quickly. The last lap he was half a second faster, so he might be able to move up, get to 5th, and not let Tyler in 4th place get a whole lot of points. But right now the battle is at the front. Brandon Shirley has broken away from the 29. Not much of a battle. That 92 of Richard Remuller back there is falling back a little bit. Chris Wheeler is in 3rd. Tyler Rush is in 4th. And let's go find the 17 of Lucas Gortman. And here is the going to be one heck of a battle here. Thomas is not going to make this easy on him. Lucas is going to have to work for this win. As they come down the backstretch, Lucas is looking for any way he can get around Thomas, any momentum at all. Tyler Rush comes up. He's got the momentum and the power down the front straightaway, but as they come into the corner the next lap or so, they're going to have to deal with that. And if Lucas can get outside Thomas, he might be able to pinch him down, but now Lucas has to deal with the 35. Andy Turner is not taking that championship battle lying down. He is going to come fighting back. Oh, that very close call for the 64 almost gets into Tyler the Turtle Rush. And 1 lap to go. The 29, Brandon Shirley, looks like he is going to dominate this. And we've got Vincent Tebe settled there as they come around. And it looks like Thomas Myers, it's going to be close. It might be a photo fin. Thomas Myers by a hair takes the win tonight. And it looks like Lucas Gortman will secure the championship tonight. Brandon in the super late models, Brandon Shirley, Richard Remuller, Chris Wheeler, Tyler Rush comes in at 4th, Dave Gilbert in 5th, Kevin Bernheimer is in 6th. He's not going to secure his championship tonight. Looks like it is going to be a battle at the end. we will hop over here and see if we can talk to these two winners, Thomas Myers, Lucas Cortman, and of course the 29 Brandon Shirley. We've got a mess of cars celebrating on the front stretch tonight. Hey Thomas, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I don't know how I can hear you over this engine, but I got you.
Well, you and Brandon took home some wins tonight, and looks like Lucas has secured himself a championship. How was the racing there at the end, Thomas? You had to fight around the super late models there at the end of the race while Lucas was really closing the gap on you.
It was tricky trying to read where they were going to go, where I needed to go. I discovered early on that these SKs love to sit in that middle groove pretty tight. Once you get enough wear on the tires, you kind of can't do that, and you got to start finessing it. But the middle line stayed true to me through most of the race, and brought home the win because of that.
Well, you definitely got a great win. That was a great battle. Brandon Shirley, great win tonight. Once you took the lead, you really never looked back tonight.
Yeah, it was tough. I screwed up my qualifying, so I had to start in the back, and the SKs were extremely difficult to get around when they had the inside. So, yeah, once I got up there, I fortunately could run away, and the Rich took 2 tires on the end. So,
Well, that strategy definitely paid off. You had one heck of a fast car tonight.
appreciate it.
And of course, the man of the hour, Lucas Gortman. You came in, looks like 3rd place, but secured your championship tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Today's race was, oh man, it was terrifying because I knew all I had to do was finish right behind the 35, and I had all the positions in mind of where I needed to finish and who I needed to pass, and luckily at the end, got it at the end, and I was scary there for a minute. I didn't know sure if Andy beat Thomas there on the drag race there or not, but Thomas held on, so woohoo!
Actually, I do believe by the calculations Dave and I talked before, Andy could have won. As long as you finished 3rd, you would have secured the championship tonight. But definitely that makes it a lot easier the way you did it. You had
right. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you had a couple of very close calls tonight.
Oh my goodness, I seen the 53 spin out there, and I thought he was gonna just spin it and overcorrected, got into the wall, and I was just there. I couldn't even stop. And luckily I had the faster pair, and that caution that came out right on the restart helped us because we were able to get past the lap cars after that, and we're able to get through the field there and stay right on the 35's bumper there and just try to stay out of trouble.
Well, that is definitely an awesome win to finish out your championship. Got one more race, but it'll be just racing for the win next week.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're just going for the win. No points on the line. No more points racing. It's only for the win then.
Well, Brandon, you like I said, you had a great race tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank?
You guys for putting on the race and broadcasting. Thanks again.
Oh, awesome. Thomas, how about you?
Yet again, going to thank the House Paint Wrestling Federation because I've been getting a lot of support from them since that first win there at Bristol, and they said I need to do it again, and here we are. And I'm also going to thank the other admins here for Split Decisions putting the short track league together. It's a lot of fun.
That it is. And, of course, our new champion, Lucas Gordman. Obviously, you're powered by tacos, so...
Yeah, everyone, Taco Lover Racing, Nate, Ryan, those 2 guys, you know, they've been a lot of help with this team, and it's been awesome. I hate what happened with Nate. Definitely, really wanted him to get the win here. But everyone at Taco Lover Racing, once again, the admins here, Split Decisions, everyone for that, my wife, my daughter, and everyone just that supports me. It's awesome.
Well, it was definitely an eventful night. But congratulations to all 3 of our winners tonight. You guys go out and celebrate.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Will do.
Appreciate it.
All right, that was our new SK Mod champion, Lucas Gortman. We'll be watching him next week, as we'll be also watching the super late models. They'll be going into the last race with a tight championship battle between Kevin Bernheimer and Tyler Rush. So we will see what happens there. And we will also have Friday night, our usual league race on PTM Racing TV, so definitely tune in for that. Obviously, we will have a lot of racing streams here this week, and this video will be up on YouTube later, as are all the races, so you can definitely tune in and watch them again if you wanted to. And for everybody at Split Decisions Racing, just want to thank everybody for tuning in, supporting the league, and watching this great race tonight. It was a heck of a show the guys put on, especially the side-by-side battle between all the different cars. So definitely thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. It has been great fun calling this race, and look forward to some great races again next week. And definitely go check out Split Decisions Racing on Facebook. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a road course series next season. We have the regular Friday night, which is Cup, Xfinity, and Truck. It's our triple threat series. And we will have a new season coming, a new series coming. It'll be just the super speedways. So Talladega, Daytona, Coca-Cola Super Speedway once it's released, and we might even have a few surprises in there as well for some fun races. So definitely tune in for that. If you're looking for a league, we have openings, so come try out. We'll be having fun races and recruitment races in the coming weeks. Definitely like, subscribe, and share on Twitch, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And we'll have a lot of exciting new content, especially as we go into week 13 next week. There'll be some really exciting racing, probably some fun help videos, and no telling what other crazy stuff we'll come up with. So until next Monday, when we'll get to do all this all over again, but be catching our breaths all over again. There's one heck of a race tonight. Thank all the admins, and thank you all for tuning in, and have a great night.